Hi guys, and welcome to the corrections for the week 17 spiral. Make sure you have your paper in front of you and that you're making full corrections for anything you missed. Monday, soccer balls cost $24 each at Sports Emporium. Coach Neville can spend at most $120 on equipment for the soccer team. Let B represent the number of soccer balls Coach Neville can buy. So part 1, write an inequality to model the situation. Part 2, at the bottom, you're going to show your work. Solve the inequality for B. You should graph the solution on a number line, and when I show the answer, make sure it matches up with that. And then the last part, how many soccer balls can Coach Neville buy? You're going to choose the one that lists all of the possible answers. So what I did first is I picked out important information. Soccer balls are $24 each, so that's showing multiplication. So I did 24 times B. My work's down at the bottom. And B represents the number of soccer balls Coach Neville can buy. So when you hear at most, that means you could spend that amount or less. You can't exceed it. So 24B is less than or equal to 120. Down here again where I was showing my work, when you have a coefficient right there, you're going to do the opposite of multiplication, divide by 24 on each side, and I got B is less than or equal to 5. So that's a closed circle going to the left. So with how many soccer balls can he buy? Since it's less than or equal to, that means he could get 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1. Tuesday. Each game at a carnival costs 50 cents, or you can pay $15 and play an unlimited amount of games. Write and solve an inequality to find how many times you should play a game so that the unlimited game play is less expensive than paying each time. Interpret the solution. So first you're going to choose the correct inequality that models this solution or models the situation. And next you're going to choose the option that gives you the correct solution. And then last you're going to choose the correct sentence that describes the situation of the inequality that you got. So I started down here where it says show work. I defined my variable X is the number of plays. And so one option is 50 cents per number of plays, and the other option is just paying $15. And then we're trying to show an inequality to show how many times you should play games so the unlimited is less expensive. So that's why it's a greater than sign, because I want to see when 50 cents per game is going to be greater than just the $15. So I divided by 0.50 on each side, and I got X is greater than 30. For interpreting my solution, the number of plays has to be greater than 30 for the 50 cents per game to be more expensive. So if you play more than 30 games, the unlimited option is less expensive. Wednesday, the table shows the cost of renting a jet ski. Jeremy can spend no more than $105 on a jet ski rental. Let X represent the number of additional 15-minute increments. Fill in each box to write an inequality to represent the situation. First part, you're going to choose the option that shows an inequality to represent this situation, and these are the symbols you can choose. Second part, what is the greatest length of time Jeremy can rent the jet ski? What I started with first is I looked at this chart. It's $55 for the first hour. Each additional 15 minutes is $10. So that means if I take $55 for the first hour plus $10 times X, X is each additional 15-minute increment, he wants to spend no more than. So he doesn't want it to exceed 105. So that would be less than or equal to. Up here is where I show my work of solving. I subtracted 55, I divided by 10, and I got x is less than or equal to 5. So again, remind yourself what your solution means. We were trying to see how many additional 15-minute increments he could use. So since 5, it could be less than or equal to, so that means he can get 5 15-minute increments. So 5 times 15 is 75. That's not the answer though, because remember those increments are after his first hour of 60 minutes. So what we have to do for the last part is add 75 minutes plus 60 minutes for the first hour, and you get 135 minutes or 2 hours and 15 minutes. Thursday. A grocery store sells a 6-pack of bottled water for $3.79, a 9-pack for $4.50, and a 12-pack for $6.89. Which package costs the least per bottle? Explain your reasoning. So my tip for this one is, remember, this is a unit rate problem, so we're trying to find out in per unit form which one is cheaper. So remember, money always goes on top. What I did is I set up a rate for each pack. So $3.79 for the 6-pack, and I divided, got 63 cents a pack, $4.50 for 9. You want the denominator to be 1, so you divide by 9. I got 50 cents a pack. And then 6, probably it's for 1 bottle, 50 cents a bottle instead of a pack. I'm just noticing that. $6.89 divided by 12 on both, I get 0.574, which is 57 cents a bottle. It should be bottle. So we're looking for which package has the least per bottle. So out of 63, 50, 57, 50 cents. So $4.50 for a 9-pack is the least per bottle because it's the cheapest. Turn to the back, make sure you have the following in front of you. Number 1, Sean bought a large pizza. The pizza was delivered in a square box with a length of 18 inches. The pizza fit perfectly into the box as shown in the image below. If the pizza is cut into 8 slices, what is the area of each slice of pizza to the nearest whole square inch? My tip for this one is, this is an area of a circle problem. Remember what you need, what parts of the formula for area of a circle, and that's not going to be your final answer though. Pay attention to the part that when it's cut into 8 slices, we want to just know the area of 1 slice. So what I started with is my formula down here, area equals pi times the radius squared. So I know pi is 3.14. I'm told in the problem that the diameter, well, it says from the length, one side to the other, across the center, is 18, so that's the diameter. But for area of a circle, I need the radius, so I divide that by 2. So 3.14 times 9 squared is 81. And so the entire area of the pizza is 254.34 inches squared. That's not what I'm asked though. I want to know if it's cut into 8 slices, what's the area of just 1 slice. So I'm going to divide that total area by 8, and I get about 31.79. So the closest answer to that is A, 32 inches squared. Number 2, if the area of a boxing ring is 6,400 square feet and the width of the ring is 80 feet, what is the length of the ring? So this is area of a rectangle, but we are given the area and we're trying to find the length. So I started with the formula length times width, and when I substitute my values, I already know what the area is. It's 6,400 square feet, and that's equal to 80 times the L, which is length. I'm trying to find that. So that coefficient that's multiplying to the length, I divide by 80 on each side because that's opposite, and I get that the length is going to be 80 feet. Number 3, before she goes camping, Laverne has to buy a tent pole to replace the one she lost on her last outing. If the area of the front of the tent is 22 square feet and the base of the tent has the dimensions indicated below, how tall must the pole be? So again, This one is kind of like the other one where we're already given the area of the triangle, which is the front of the tent. So start with the formula, substitute the values, and go from there. So formula for area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. When I substitute my information, the area is 22. I already know what it is. That's not what I'm trying to find out. And base is 8 feet because that's what's given there. And then the height would be how tall that pole needs to be. So I used h for that. With this right here, 22 equals 8 times h divided by 2. I can cross divide with the 2 and the 8 by dividing by 2, and I'll get a 1 and a 4. So now I have 22 equals 4h. Divide by 4 to isolate, and I get 5.5 feet or 5.5 feet, which is the height of the pole. So I was trying to go through this very fast, and I forgot to put a picture of PJ halfway through. So here's one picture of him getting ready for bed. And here's a picture of him sitting and waiting for a treat. You have completed your Spiral 17, week 17 video. And this also is the last spiral for 2017. So I will see you guys back here, same place, next year. Have a good break.